What's up, everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Focused Live. Ryan Levy here with my boy Bucky, headed into week 6. How you doing, Buck?
Terrible. Everything's done. Cancel the season. Bills probably going to go 4-12. I have no doubt about it after the display last night. I don't think I've ever seen a more undisciplined effort in the NFL in quite some time. I literally sat there trying to think back on if I've ever seen a team penalized from the line of scrimmage. I believe the number was like 9 line of scrimmage penalties on the Bills. That's discipline 101. Garbage. Allen didn't look sharp. I mean, he had his moments, but he just kind of let everything loose at the wrong times. And, yeah, a lot of question marks in Buffalo, as if there weren't already enough of those.
Right.
Defense can't stop just about anybody. So, yeah, not doing great. But fantasy football-wise, I think there's a lot of intriguing stuff going on out there. So,
yeah, I mean,
I have to get some questions here because I'll be honest, I'm not full of heart and soul right now. I'm filled with pure sorrow, and I need our viewers to kind of lift me up out of my doldrums.
Yeah. Hit us with the questions there in the comments, guys. If you got trade questions, I know we're headed into week 6, so it's crunch time down the stretch here. You got to string together the wins. Or if you got stardom, sit-em questions already this early in the week. Well, I guess we're on Wednesday night already, so it's not that early. It just feels early because we had football on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
And now we got football tomorrow already. But I wanted to ask.
Tomorrow? Wait, we got a game tomorrow?
And we have Thursday Night Football, as always?
No, it was supposed to be Bills and Chiefs. That got moved to Monday.
See, I'm all sorts of confused, man.
See, they're screwing everything up. Honestly, my whole equilibrium is just totally messed up. I don't know what day tomorrow is at this point. It's like it's too much going on. Rays are trying to get to the World Series. There's a whole bunch of shit going on out there, and I'm losing my mind because there's too much sport, and it's too quick, and it's every day.
Right.
I can't handle this.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. We have baseball every single day. They're literally playing every day. There's no breaks. And I mean, it's great as a Rays fan, but it's a little exhausting. But back to the Bills real quick. I wanted to ask you, and then we'll get into some of these questions. I really felt like this year, and I know we were all high on Josh Allen headed into the year, top 5 fantasy quarterback for Tater and I, top 2 for you, I believe you said. And I still believe he can get there, but I feel like every year the Buffalo Bills start off hot or they look legit and then they just disappoint us. Was this just like a speed bump here or what?
I think we saw how crucial John Brown is to the operation there. Gabriel Davis is doing a great job, but he doesn't bring that same vertical threat. Bigger receiver. John Brown just flies around out there. He's also Josh Allen's favorite. Well, Diggs is now, but his favorite scramble target. John Brown's always trying to get to that pocket. He knows that Allen has the arm to get anywhere, and that savvy nature of his to just get into those zones. We missed that a whole bunch. We were, no Tre'Davious White yesterday. Matt Milano didn't start. I mean, you have two Pro Bowlers basically there, linebacker and probably the best cornerback in the league who are out for the game. So, I think this is just a small step back. I think the Titans are the real deal. They were so disciplined. Their execution was on point. So I was just kidding when I think we go 4-12. I think there's a lot of better opportunities out there for the Bills. It's going to be tough to, kind of grab your sack and go into the Kansas City game on Monday, 4:00 start. Like, how weird is that? You wait all day Sunday and then you kick off Monday at 4 p.m.
It's great for me. I'll be watching football on Monday afternoon at 1:00 Pacific Standard Time.
I have meetings from 3 until 5:30 on Monday, so that whole first half I'm just gonna have to record. So just don't at me, anybody.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm not worried about the Bills though. I think the Titans came into this game extremely motivated. Everyone thought the Bills were just going to steamroll them. They had 2 full weeks to prepare, and meanwhile the Bills are looking ahead at this game. Their schedule gets moved around, and then they got the Chiefs coming up. I'm just looking at it as like this was a fluke.
Yeah, I'm not going to say fluke. I think it exposed a lot of our weaknesses and put them
Sure.
on film. I'm not calling that a fluke at all. I mean, look, we knew the weaknesses were there through the first 2 weeks, and we let the Rams get back in the game. So things moving forward, I think we lose to Kansas City. I could be surprised and we turn that one into a W, and that would be a huge momentum builder, but it doesn't make or break this season. Games are still out there to be won. This stretch is probably the Bills' toughest stretch of the year, so you're going to take some L's, and that's okay in the NFL.
For sure. All right, Andrew Chapman, what's up, buddy? Zach Moss droppable at this point for Mecole Hardman. Also, Big Ben or Andy Dalton rest of season. Give us your thoughts, Bucky, on Zach Moss.
So I actually don't consider Moss droppable. I mean, he's definitely droppable, but I'm gonna make my statement as to why I personally am hanging on to Zach Moss. Number one, Devin Singletary has just not been effective running between the tackles in the least bit. In fact, I'm just shocked at how bad he's looked. And I know Moss hasn't done much in terms of breaking through. He's battling the injuries. We'll see if he finally comes back this week. I have a feeling he will. I'm taking a wait and see approach on Moss because I think Singletary is underperformed. TJ Yeldon did not look great. I just think Zach Moss is a stash for me, especially when you look out at your waiver wire. I mean, aside from Mike Boone this week,
Right.
really, who else is there? So depending on your depth stack, I'm going to lean on Zach Moss because Singletary just flat out has not lived up to the hype. And I think the Bills drafted Moss for a reason. And once he's healthy, I think we're going to get a good, healthy dose of Zach Moss. Eight touches first game back would not shock me. And then if they're well played, I think he gets a lot more of them in the near future.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not ready to drop Moss quite yet. I do like picking up Mecole Hardman with the old glass man. I believe it was a hamstring he went down with, and he's probably going to miss a couple weeks. So I think Hardman has value, but I'm with you on Zach Moss. You should probably hold on to him because Singletary just hasn't really looked that great. But Big Ben or Andy Dalton rest of season, I'm going to go with Big Ben. I'm not a Red Rocket believer personally. What about you?
I don't know. It's real tricky to just stick your nose up at the way they're operating there in Dallas. However, I'm going to go Big Ben as well. I suffered far too much of my adult life when I had to saddle up with Andy Dalton, aka Red Rocket, and things were not peachy in my world. I just can't look back. You know what? I'll do the opposite of the Oasis, and I do look back in anger.
Yeah, I hear you on that, man. I was a believer at one point myself, but yeah, I have moved on from Andy Dalton. Dried Ocean, what's up, buddy? He said earlier, don't talk about it, Bucky. I know he's a Bills fan as well. 3 false starts in the same possession. That was ugly to see. It's Fragger joining us here on Twitch. Who is this? I see goats. Love it, man. Thanks for joining as always. If Bell goes to KC, I think he will do good. Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. Lev Bell was cut. Kind of a crazy move, I guess. You can go pick up Michael Pirine if you want to pick up someone besides Boone or Madison. I think that's a decent pickup.
I think it is, but I don't think it's something that long term is going to be too fruitful.
Team stinks.
I'm talking about long term this season. Now, long term in a dynasty league, definitely you should pick up Michael Pirine and see what you have there. But that team, I'm just not investing anything on that offense.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm in the same boat there.
No, but Bell, on the Bell, obviously, it seems like he was completely on the outs with Gase and leadership there in New York, and maybe even the locker room. Nobody will ever know. I don't want to put conjecture out there. Something was wrong. That always kind of seems to be the case there with one Mr. Bell. I think if he ends up in KC, I don't really see that happening. Is that that ain't solid at this point?
No, it's not. That's not solid. That's just rumors out there. But I feel like wherever he ends up, it's going to be a headache for fantasy owners. I mean, because in reality, there's no clear-cut spot where he's going to come in and be like the guy, right?
Buffalo.
You think Buffalo? I'd actually kind of like to see that.
I would hate it personally, but I could really grow to love it there in a couple of weeks.
Would you become a Lev Bell fan if he's a Buffalo Bill?
No, because he spited me when he sat the season out.
True.
My number 3 overall pick.
Just crazy to see how far he's fallen, man.
Quickly, too.
Right. Fredley's got a question for us this week. This is a tough question. Diggs, Cup, Bob Anderson, and Ridley. You got to start 3 of these guys.
I'm not sitting Stephon Diggs for anything.
Especially against the Chiefs, right? I mean, the Chiefs can't catch a cold right now.
Well, Diggs is just a complete game changer out in the field. I really like Bob Anderson quite a bit.
He's been fantastic, man. But, are we going to sit Ridley? Is it time to sit Ridley?
Not sitting Ridley. Ryan had that entire offense had a rough day at the office.
Right.
I mean, Bob Anderson's got a really tough matchup this week. I'm gonna go with Cup and Ridley to round that out.
So you're gonna sit old Bob?
I'm sitting.
Yeah, I'm okay with that this week. And I'm a rude boy Bob guy. It's hard. This matchup this week, Fredley, I think that is the easier choice there. And Matty Ice he's got to get his shit together in a hurry, because otherwise they might be tanking for Trevor.
They just might be.
Thoughts on that?
Whatever.
They might be, dude. It's the race. I mean, Arthur Blank was non-committal on the future of Matt Ryan. I don't know if you saw that this week.
I haven't seen that yet. I try to stay out of the news for the most part, unless it's pertaining directly towards fantasy football.
Well, it's that damn sleeper app, man. I get so many notifications every day.
Yeah, you don't need to turn your notifications off for everything. You know what the worst is? When my phone does an update, it automatically turns on like all these random notifications, and it takes me forever to figure out how to disable them. Do you live a notification lifestyle, Ryan?
Oh, dude. I probably get 200 notifications a day on my phone.
No.
I'm the crazy guy that I get a notification every time there's a group me message, and we're in a group with 20 dudes.
How do you live like that?
Always on, baby.
No. This is not healthy. We need to talk.
My wife in the background is not thrilled with this conversation. But it is on silent, so I'll give it that. But El Kraus, what's up? Do I give up on Ertz yet and start Gesicki this week? I don't know. I don't have a good answer for the situation with Ertz, because Goddard's hurt and Ertz hasn't done anything. I've got a couple shares of Ertz myself, and I'm disappointed. I'm not dropping Zach Ertz, but I will start Gesicki over Ertz. That's for damn sure.
Oh, Gesicki's been Jekyll and Hyde. I mean, week 2 he blew up again last week. But aside from that, it's been underwhelming. But I guess two birds in the hand is better one in the bush, or one in the hand better than 2 in the bush. I'm not good at all these farmer's almanac terms. Yeah, I'm gonna go Gesicki here over Ertz. Ertz just hasn't done anything to warrant a start for me yet. El Kraus.
Yeah, and they're probably going to get steamrolled this week. I believe Philly is playing Baltimore, so obviously not an ideal matchup there. And Philly, just to me, they're not a good football team, and I'm not a Carson Wentz believer personally, so I'm not sure what exactly is going on with that team, but I would fade him right now until proven otherwise, right?
I would as well.
All right, Dried Ocean said before he got cut, I traded Edmonds for Bell. My other RBs are Cook, Taylor, Chubb, Monty, Kelly, Dobbins, and Madison. Was it worth the risk? I mean, you've got quite a stable of running backs there. I know you've got some injuries in the mix there, but once all these guys are healthy, you're going to be in a good spot.
You know me. I've always been Chase Edmonds' #1 supporter. So I would have hung on to Chase Edmonds there. I think it's only a matter of time. Kenyon Drake is not really impressed.
Kenyon Drake has been really disappointing. We actually told someone on the live show last week to start Chase Edmonds, and he scored, so I felt pretty good about that. I know it was an easy matchup against the Jets, but at what point does Chase Edmonds get more involved? Like, if you're looking for a sneaky pickup right now, go pick up Chase Edmonds because I think he's got value, even with Drake still technically the starter.
I would just like to see, I mean, when you look over the carries for Drake, it's been 16, 20, 18, 13, 18. And he's just underwhelmed. He's got only the 2 touchdowns on the year. He's non-existent in the passing game, 6 total for under 20 yards on the season. Chase Edmonds brings a little bit more flash to that backfield. I really would like to see him creep in. I think Chase Edmonds with this Dallas matchup, it sets up really nicely. And I'm starting Edmonds wherever I have him this week.
Ooh, love to see it, man. Love to see it. But yeah, Dried Ocean, I think you're fine there with the move. With the depth. Like if you didn't have all these guys, I wouldn't be making this move. But I do like that you've got Madison to slide in there this week.
Cook's got a groin now.
Right.
Chubb, who knows?
Right. I think he'll be all right though. It's Fragger said I just joined Yahoo and it's cool and it's so cool. I joined 7 more leagues and I am already
nice
ESPN leagues.
Good luck. That's how many I'm in, man. It's a headache. It pales in comparison to the man on my left-hand side there, though. He's a freak.
I play on every single platform, I think, and you know, I used to think Sleeper was my favorite platform. I'm starting to feel like I kind of enjoy old school ESPN in a way more. I don't know what it is. It's easier to maneuver around.
Yes.
Are you a Sleeper guy? Do you like Sleeper?
No.
No, you don't.
It's not that I don't like it. It's that I there's a lot going on. I think if it was a little cleaner with what you click on is just simply what you're looking for, standings, etc. I like it on my computer better than on my phone.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of ESPN, which I like better on my phone than I like on the internet. So it's a lot for both. But when I look at Sleeper, it's always on the PC. And when I look at ESPN, it's always here. So
true. That's a good comparison because I do like the ESPN mobile app better for sure. Sab, what's up, buddy? Sab joining us from Facebook and YouTube. Love to see it, man. Appreciate it. Would you trade Joe Mixon for Calvin Ridley straight up 1-point PPR? I am holding on to Joe Mixon personally because he's a bell cow back, and you know the touches are going to be there. I know he's up and down, hit or miss or whatever. Has some tough matchups. I think tough matchup this week again as well, but he's still going to produce. And Matt Ryan concerns me right now. I still believe in Ridley. I guess it depends on your roster construction. Like if you're loaded at running back and Joe Mixon's your RB3 or your flex player right now and you need a wide receiver, I'm okay with the move in a vacuum. But straight up, I just don't know. It depends on your roster. What do you think, Buck?
Do it.
Do it.
Do it, Sab.
Why?
Come on, man. Matt Ryan's going to be fine.
All right.
Calvin Ridley's the real deal. He's playing in a PPR format. I'm going with Ridley in that one.
All right. Let's see. We got Bricks Season or Sin? Brickson? Brickson. I can't pronounce
it, dude.
Should I trade Dalvin Cook and T.Y. Hilton? You should definitely trade T.Y. Hilton for Keenan Allen and Miles Sanders or Keenan Allen and Kenyon Drake. I have Aaron Jones, Chris Carson, James Robinson, Dalvin Cook, and Lev Bell. What do you think about this one?
I like Keenan Allen and Miles Sanders. I think that's a – look, you have Dalvin, who has a knock now. And for me, Sanders' volume has been awesome. And I think Keenan is a major upgrade to the player that T.Y. has been this year. Yeah, I'm taking that trade. I'm not entertaining the Keenan Allen Kenyon Drake trade though.
Yeah, no chance. I'm out on Kenyon Drake. We just talked about him a little bit. He just doesn't look good out there, and he's not being used effectively. I'm not sure if it's a Kenyon Drake issue or if it's a coaching issue. If you watch any of their games, the play calling just doesn't look great at all. They're in the 5-yard line and they just pitch it left or right to him every time, it seems, and just there's nothing special going on with that offense in terms of running the ball. So,
well, here's what I see here. So I see Brixton Sin has got Aaron Jones, Chris Carson, James Robinson, right? James Robinson was just a crucial element to why I think this trade works. If you don't have James Robinson, by no means am I feeling comfortable getting rid of Dalvin. But for me, Dalvin and Sanders is as close to a wash as you can get right now. And Keenan for TY is the trigger point for me. And as somebody that's had to start T.Y. Hilton because I've had injuries and my depth has been a major concern, I want him off. But I just can't seem to find a way to get rid of him. This is a surefire way to get rid of him. Obviously, the guy you're trading with is valuing Dalvin Cook very highly. You're getting a great player as Miles Sanders. So,
right. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm okay pulling the trigger on this, only on the Miles Sanders, Keenan Allen side here, but good luck to you, buddy. Is Matt Ryan droppable with Tannehill and Stafford available? I'm not dropping him yet. Are you?
No.
I'll bench his ass.
Tannehill looked awesome last night.
He did. And, he's going to get his other receivers back too. It's good to see A.J. Brown out there. I mean, the combo with A.J. Brown and Jonnu Smith is nice, but, Corey Davis will be back hopefully next week post-COVID, and Humphreys also has COVID, I believe. So I'll pick these guys up, but I don't want to drop Matty Ice.
Not at this point. Not with the game flow in those matches.
It's Fragger says ESPN only 14% of rosters have Frank Gore. I'm okay picking Frank Gore up. I have him on some rosters anyway. It's just the upside at this point of his career is extremely limited. Like your floor is like 3 points for Frank Gore, and I think your ceiling is like 7 points.
I think your ceiling is 10, but at this stage in the game, you need more than that.
Yeah, it's just not sexy. Like you start Frank Gore, you are in desperation mode, in my opinion. I started him in a guillotine league, and it wasn't pretty.
And this isn't on a semi-productive Bills offense. This is the Jets.
Right. Let's see. Here we go. From Joe Miller. What's up? Hawkinson or Tanyan rest of season in a non-PPR league?
Bobby Tanyan.
Yeah, I'm on Tanyan on this one as well. I think the touchdown potential is huge there. So we're talking standard format. Not that I have any knocks on Hawkinson. He's a good player and he scores too. But Aaron Rodgers, let's go, baby. Here we go from Fredley. Chase Edmonds or DeAndre Swift? What do you think about this one, Buck?
Oh, it's Chase Edmonds.
Yeah,
Chase Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds for me, Fredley, as well. I just don't trust the Matt Patricia running back situation. It's just not pretty, man.
You guys ever have days where just more than normal stuff gets stuck in your teeth, even though it's like the normal stuff you eat?
Of course.
That's today for me. Why is it that certain days you get more stuff stuck in your teeth?
It's a great question, Buck.
Is that a real thing? Like, I feel that way. I was on a conference call this morning, and it must have looked like I had a huge dip in because I just kept trying to pry whatever it was that was bothering the hell out of me every time I talked. I couldn't get rid of the damn thing.
Oh, man.
And now I got one up top.
Just one of those things, man. There's no
look behind the grass at Buck.
Joe, we got this one already. Stafford or Fitzmagic? I don't know if that is this week or rest of the year. Let's see. Fitzmagic has the Jets this week, and Stafford has the Jags. What are you thinking here, Buck? If it's this week,
I'm going Matty Ice.
No, Stafford. You're going Stafford?
Matty Staff.
The problem with Fitz Magic, and we didn't even talk about this yet, but that was a surprising game, obviously. Like they beat the brakes off of San Francisco. And we talked about it on the live show. I think at one point I even said, there was like 4 quarterbacks listed, and I said, go pick up Fitzmagic instead and start him. I didn't expect this. And I know there's been rumblings of Tua coming in and this and that, but I mean, he plays like that. Tua's ass is still going to be on the bench for the next couple of weeks, at least, in my opinion. Like, they're still competitive. I think they're 2-3, right?
They will be there competing. They're just a scrappy team. Brian Flores has done a really good job.
Yeah, he has. I think I'm actually going to go Fitzmagic. I like the upside with him running the ball sometimes too. Like, I just love the way this guy plays. I've always been a big fan. Heart and hustle. He wears it on his sleeve, you know?
He wears it on his beard.
He wears it on his beard. Tater hitting us in the comments from work. What is the dynasty trade value of Dak? Do you feel confident he will be a Cowboy next year and continue the crazy numbers he was putting up, or does his uncertain future scare you? And are you trying to sell or acquire shares of Dak in dynasty? Man, I personally, I would be selling right now in dynasty of Dak. Am I crazy for thinking that, Buck? I don't think he continues to put up numbers like he has, unless that defense just stays this bad.
Why? He did the same thing last year.
Right, but I think he's forced to because the defense is so bad. Like, invest in the defense.
Yeah, but he just picked up CeeDee Lamb as well. Like, they like what they're getting out of that. And does the uncertain nature of it scare me? No. What Jerry wants, Jerry gets. And I'm fairly confident that everyone in that locker room wants Dak there.
Of course.
And whatever they want, they're going to get here. And I'm not worried about the future. I would actually look to acquire him. I'm already an owner. Unless there is some ridiculous piece that someone would offer, like, let's say a first rounder and another draft pick, like a second or third rounder, I would entertain that. But unless we're talking a first round draft pick, I'm not even thinking about getting rid of Dak Prescott.
What if okay, you have Dak in dynasty, correct?
Yeah.
Let's just say, and I drafted Joe Burrow in the rookie draft this year. We're in this league together. I offered you Joe Burrow and a second rounder for Dak.
I would probably take that if this is a pre-negotiation for the negotiation.
I'm not really trying to trade Joe Burrow. I mean, my team sucks right now, so I'm probably going to have the first pick next year anyway, but I'm just curious what it would take, just to put a little value on him. Do you think he's a Cowboy next year for sure?
No, I don't care. I think that Prescott's good enough to hold his own in a dynasty format.
Fair enough. Sab, you're welcome, buddy. He's even more undecided now.
Do it, Sab.
Do the trade. Nerd. Tell us what the rest of your roster looks like. That should make this decision a little bit easier. I have Wilson on a bye and Watson plays the Titans. Any good person on waiver wires, or should I trust Watson? Watson's got a freaking brutal schedule all year, man.
The way that this damn bye thing is shaked out is just pissing me off. Like, I feel like this week would be a crucial week if you could just slot in Justin Herbert.
But we didn't even talk about Herbert yet.
I like what I see from the kid.
He looks really good, man. Like his passes are crisp. His deep ball is nasty. And I mean, with Keenan Allen in that offense, he looks really good with Herbert under center. And Hunter Henry looks good too, man. So and Mike Williams looked good once Keenan Allen went down on, what was that, Sunday night, Monday night, whatever it was. So if Justin Herbert's out there, I'd rather play Justin Herbert than Watson this week.
Yeah, but you can't.
Why?
He's got a bye.
God, you know what? The buys, you're killing me with this. There's too many of them.
It's nuts. And it's early season. I'm just losing my brain, man.
I have a team that has like 5 players on a buy this week. It's insane.
Reminds me, I gotta see what I picked up.
Go pick up It's Magic. It's Fragger. Let's go. Fire him in there. Get crazy with us.
I'm okay with that.
Yes, I would like to party with you too, Tater. You're welcome, Joe. Anytime, buddy. Appreciate you tuning in here on Wednesday night. Bucky's week 5 cooking recipe.
I haven't really thought about it yet. It's been a busy sports season, Fredley, and believe it or not, getting those videos together takes a lot of preparation, and then the execution. I would be lying if I said everything gets done the first time around. So you always buy backup ingredients. And look, hand up, I need to do more, and I will. I haven't had enough time in the kitchen recently, to be honest with you. Just slam packed at work, slam packed with our live show, which has now grown to 3 hours long every weekend. So it's tough to squeeze it in, but I will do what I can this weekend.
Love it, man. Yeah, the live show. If this is your first time coming across our channel here on Wednesday night, tune in on Sunday mornings from 10 to pretty much game time to kickoff. We are slammed with questions. Appreciate the support. 10 o'clock Eastern time, we'll be going live. And
what I should make are bison burgers since the Bills just shit the bed.
That's a good idea.
I think it is. BRB.
Bison sliders. I like it. So if you're unprepared like I was with the bye weeks this week, it is the Raiders, the Saints, the Chargers, and the Hawks. So you got a lot of people to fill in your lineups. Dennis, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well here Wednesday night. Did you hear anything where Le'Veon Bell is going to land next? The only rumor that I've heard out there is Kansas City so far. Bucky mentioned Buffalo, but there's no, confirmation on that or anything like that.
No, I was just making a comment that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, hopefully it's not the Buccaneers. Buccaneers just seem to scoop up everyone,
That would not shock me.
Here we go.
Damn good.
He's looked really good, man. Like I don't think Leonard Fournette should be dipping into that production because Jones has a fire under his ass right now. He looks really good.
I agree.
Jonathan Whitaker, thanks, man, for joining. DJ Chark or Jamison Crowder? DJ Chark shit the bed this past week. What are you thinking? It looks like Joey Flacco is going to go again.
I'm still going Chark. He's got a good matchup this week going against Detroit. So,
yeah, I'm still going to go with DJ Chark, but this is actually really close for me. I mean, Jamison Crowder had a big game last week, and assuming Joe Flacco is officially going to start again, it is a tough call. But I just personally believe DJ Chark's a better player. I think the upside's a little bit higher there. But a PPR format,
Miami secondary is pretty damn decent. I'm sitting Crowder.
You're sitting Crowder. All right, yeah. Fair enough.
Yes.
PPR, it's tempting though. He's probably going to catch 8 balls.
DJ.
All right, fair enough. Follow up from my other trade: James Robinson and Tyler Lockett for Tyreek and Antonio Gibson.
No.
Why? You don't want to get Tyreek and Antonio Gibson?
I think Tyler Lockett has been absolutely fantastic. Love his role in that offense. Love the offense. Love the game flow since I can't stop anybody. James Robinson, for me, has been the breakout player this season. Gibson has been good, but I just love Robinson's involvement in everything I've seen on film. I just prefer James Robinson. That's who I'm riding with this year.
Fair. I mean, I do like James Robinson more than I like Tony Gibson.
He's already got Hollywood Brown, who stretches the field similar to Tyreek. I'm not saying he's Tyreek, but when I'm thinking about how I put this into perspective, Lockett just gets more done, in my opinion. Game over game.
I just think the upside's still higher with Tyreek, man. I love me some Cheetah.
I've always kind of been a consummate Cheetah hater.
True.
I never have him on teams. I've never had him on one team.
Yeah, ever. I hear you.
And it's not that I hate him. It's just I never want to spend for him.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you definitely have to always spend for him. It's just for me, Tyreek is, well, I guess it's hard to say he's the true number one because you still got Kelsey there. Kelsey's really the go-to guy in that offense, in my opinion. But for me with Seattle, I just feel like Lockett's going to be up and down. He's going to have that 3-touchdown game, and then he's going to have a bit of a stinker because to me, DK Metcalf is that guy. He's that dude in that offense. Like I love that guy so much. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL. So for me, I would lean the Tyreek side of this trade, but I do want to mention you should just drop Alshon Jeffrey. I don't even know why he's on your roster. Luke, what's up? How are you, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Need 2, Slayton, Claypool, and McKinnon in a half-point PPR.
I'll let you go first.
Oh, McKinnon was just so disappointing last week, man. I started him in a lot of leagues, and I told people to start him. So if you're one of those people, Luke, you very well could have been one of those people. I'm going to go. I'm still going to start McKinnon. I'm going to chalk it up last week as a fluke. I think this Rams 49ers game is going to be much closer. And LA is 3.5-point favorites right now. So I'm still going to start McKinnon. And for me, after that, it's close. I think I'm going to go with Slayton, though.
I'm going to go chase Claypool over Slayton this week.
Aren't you afraid to buy too much into the hype, after the 4-touchdown game? Like he's going to go out there and do nothing. But
yes, of course, that's always a concern. But here's what I saw. I saw a dynamic player that they wanted to get the ball in his hands any way possible. I don't look for them to disrupt that. That's why I'm going with it. Slayton obviously pulled the rabbit out of the hat or the head if you're Jason Witten. Pulled the rabbit up out of that head. I want to see what he has. And Claypool, I'll tell you, he shocked everybody last week. But I like that iron hot type of analogy. Like, if it works, why would they back away from it? And we've seen with Tomlin in years past, once he kind of finds that little bit of zest to throw in a recipe, he wants to keep hammering that home. I don't want to get stuck in purgatory with Claypool.
Right.
I kind of want to push my chips in and see what I have and then adjust afterwards. Slayton is a tough sit, but Slayton's matchup, not all that great this week. Claypool, I think he's got one of the better matchups, going up against the Browns. So I'm going to go with Claypool.
Let me ask you this. Well, let me just say this. I guess I should say it depends on what happens with Deontay Johnson, in my opinion. If he's a full go and he's playing on Sunday, we don't know that yet. So ask us on Sunday morning. I need to let this one marinate a little bit more because if Deontay Johnson's out there, I don't think Claypool is going to get as many targets. That's for sure. I think he was the product of a great opportunity this past weekend because of the Deontay Johnson injury.
Yeah, but sometimes Wally Pipp happens.
Kyle, what's up, buddy? He made this trade in a 12-team Superflex Dynasty League, gave Dak and a 2021 second, received Josh Allen and a 4th. I love that trade. I think you did good there, buddy.
I like it as well.
That's what I'm talking about. So if you were Tater, if you're still watching out there and you want to know the dynasty value of Dak, here's a prime example. Assuming you made this trade this week, Kyle, that injury was just brutal though, man. Ugh. Just
I'm a bit worried about next year in terms of that rehabilitation process for him.
Yeah, pretty brutal. It's Fragger. Just picked up Newton and dropped Cardinals defense. Good pickup just to play him this week. Yeah, I love the fact that you were able to get Cam Newton. I don't know who your other quarterback is. Well, is this same guy? It's Fragger. That was you that has okay, you have Wilson on a bye and Watson plays the Titans. Yeah, I would start Cam Newton over Watson for sure. Assuming he's good to go. No?
It's closer than you think.
I just don't believe in that.
I'm still starting Cam this week.
Okay. Hopefully he's all good to go, man. Hopefully he's healthy and all that. David Richards, what's up, man? Fant, Schultz, or Tanyan? Schultz kind of shat the bed too. Well, he did shoot the bed.
Going with Bobby T.
Yeah, Fant's been banged up too. I think Drew Lock is slated to come back this week. I know he loves him some Fant, but I will go with old Bob Tonyan in this scenario as well. I don't know if this is a rest of season question or just this week. If it's just this week, I'm going Bob Tonyan. Rest of season, I do kind of lean Noah Fant though. Are you
with guy Bobby T?
You're going Bobby T all year?
Mm-hmm.
At what point can we start calling him Rude Boy Bob as well?
Never.
Victor, what's up, man? Would you drop Mo Alley Cox for Hooper or Trey Burton? Man,
Hooper's been really involved in the offense.
I would drop.
I'd go for Hooper.
Yeah, I would drop Mo Alley Cox for Hooper for sure. Mo Alley Cox, real stinker last week. Goose egg. Hate to see that. Had him in a couple lineups myself. But yeah, I would go Hooper over Trey Burton. I'm not a Trey Burton believer. DeRozan, what's up, buddy? Joining us from Twitch. You guys trust Gesicki the rest of the season. My only other tight end is Hurst. I think you're fine with these two guys the rest of the way. I definitely, yeah. It's a tough decision to make every week, though. You agree with that?
Oh, it is. They're right. They're always going to be right there in the lower end of like a tight end 1 to a tight end 2 type of scenario.
Right. Yeah, but I think you'll be fine with those guys. I think the upside's fine there. Falcons have just looked like absolute trash lately. So I am nervous about Hurst, but they'll be fine. They'll figure it out. Kyle agrees. He would drop Mo Alley Cox for Hooper as well. Oh, yeah. Love this question from Fredley. Kickers. I love kickers. Rodrigo's my favorite kicker in the league, man. Or Justin Tucker.
Man?
Huh?
Blank man?
Dude, he's awesome.
Rodrigo Blankenship. What a legend.
He's got the spectacles, man. The guy just is out there.
Specs.
The rec specs. Yes, that's what I was looking for.
Modern day Horace Grant.
I'm still going Tucker though. I'm concerned. You and I were talking about this before we went live with Phil Rivers and that offense as a whole. I mean, Rodrigo is a good kicker. These are both good kickers, but I'd still go Tucker.
Yeah,
you?
Tuck. Whatever.
Whatever.
Kicker. Fredley, just wing it, bud.
Just set it and forget it, Fredley. I hope you don't have both those guys in your roster because then I'm going to yell at you in the Instagram DMs if you have 2 kickers on your roster, man. The comedic genius on YouTube here. Brown or Chark in the flex?
This week, Marquise Brown.
I will go, or is it AJ Brown?
I'd go either Brown over Chark this week.
Yeah, I would too. Either Brown over Chark for sure. I like both of them. So Jets have a chance to win a game if they keep Joe in. I don't know, man. I don't know if there's any hope for the Jets at all. Man, haven't seen.
Responded that he actually does own both Ks.
Fredley. Fredley, I thought I taught you better. Fredley's entire bench is loaded with defenses, kickers, and quarterbacks. He's got 3 of each.
Hey,
you know,
sometimes monopolies make it a big ways in this country. So,
Heisenberg, haven't seen your name on the YouTube comments in a while. Hope you're doing well. Did I F up here? Before the news broke to my friend, I traded away Melvin and Mecole Hardman for Aaron Rodgers and Rude Boy Bob Anderson.
No.
I think you're totally fine here. You got Aaron Rodgers. He's playing like a young buck again. He looks real good out there. I think you're fine, man. Assuming you have some running back depth here if you're trading away Melvin Gordon. But he's probably going to get suspended 4 games, no?
I'm not sure what the protocols are there, but wouldn't be shocked by anything.
Yeah, I would assume it's probably 3 or 4 games, but we don't know quite yet on that. But again, I'm assuming you have some running back depth if you're willing to trade him away. But good to see you got Aaron Rodgers when you lost Dak. What are you guys thinking about Phillip Lindsay now that Gordon might be suspended? Phil Lindsay's healthy now, so that's good. He's been out for the last couple weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it's been. Go pick him up, man. Even if he's not suspended immediately, if it comes later, I think the team's probably going to be disappointed in him, and more opportunity might go Phil Lindsay's way.
Look, with a thin amount of running backs that you can actually slot in there and depend on for a decently low or decently high floor, I think Phillip Lindsay is a decent start for as long as Gordon's shelved from his mistake.
Right. Absolutely. Let's see. How much time we got till the Rays game, Bucky? We'll get through these questions, but
yeah, about 10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right, so let's slam through these. I got screwed by the added team on a bye this week. Moving forward, Chargers. I know a lot of people obviously in that boat. Yeah, man. I actually forgot the Chargers had a bye this week, which is embarrassing, but I also was affected by that negatively. It's just a weird year, man. You got to roll with the punches. Boyd, Chark, or Anthony Miller, start 2, bench 1. I am benching Tone Miller.
Benching Tone Miller. My guy Mooney is taking control.
Yeah, Mooney looks good out there, man.
I like the old moon. Full moon.
Right. Yes, there we go.
Mm-hmm. Moon cakes.
Blue Crew Chep. Need one to drop here to acquire a bye week running back. Higgins or John Brown. Number 2 waiver wire priority. Free agents are Madison, Freeman. Should I utilize waiver priority for Madison or hope Freeman goes to free agency? So who you dropping here and who you picking up? I'm not dropping John Brown.
I'm not dropping John Brown. So I'm dropping Higgins. I'd personally rather have Madison here.
Yeah, me too. It's just the Giants stink. I know Freeman had a decent fantasy day. I think he probably had 10 fantasy points or whatever it was. But I just think Madison's going to be better. And hopefully Dalvin's not out for too long. So I get what you're saying. You don't want to waste your waiver priority here, but I would not drop John Brown. I know Higgins has played pretty well, but I would go with Madison over Freeman there for sure. His other running backs are Kamara, Montgomery, and Gordon. Yeah, you definitely should pick up a running back there, I'd say. Ask again on Sunday. Cheers, Luke. See you then, buddy. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. Dried Ocean on Twitch. The Twitch machine. Love to see it.
He's our Swiss Army knife. Just hits us from every platform. Love to see it.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate the support, Dried Ocean, as always. You've been an OG follower here for a minute. Senra is 4-1 on that team that he got Josh Allen, so and defending champ. Love that trade, man. Good stuff. Half point PPR. I have too many running backs, too little wide receivers. Keepers: Zeke, Connor, Gibson, Bell, Rojo, Freeman. Who would you trade? I can probably get one of Boyd, McLaurin, Hollywood, Slayton. Who should I get? This team is pretty stacked. I mean, I would trade Lev Bell if someone wants to take him, or Freeman. That's for sure.
I'm hanging on.
I want to keep Zeke, Connor, and Rojo.
Rojo for sure. That's your core. And I'm not exactly looking at Boyd, McLaurin, Hollywood, Slayton as better than Zeke, Connor, Gibson, or Rojo.
Right.
But he has too many of them. So if we need to do it, like Levy said, we gotta shed Bell, we gotta shed Freeman. If that's not possible of this grouping, I'm gonna fade Antonio Gibson. And I would aim for the roof. I go for the other part of that offense. I go McLaurin and then Hollywood Brown, probably with McLaurin a little bit over Hollywood Brown rest of the season.
Yeah,
but it's hard. I think we've just seen the beginning of Hollywood Brown. Hopefully I'm not crazy like I have been for a year and a half.
No, I'm with you on that. Same logic. I want to cut bait with Bell and Freeman first, but if you can't move those guys for the guys below, the receivers you mentioned, Gibson would be the next one I would be willing to part with. Tight end, PPR, Tanyan or Higbee? Higbee's been quiet, man.
too quiet. It's like a
I'm going
church
Tanyan.
mouse.
Tanyan, man.
I don't want to pick against Higbee.
I know. Sometimes you
But
just
I'm
got
going with Bobby Tanyan.
Bobby Tanyan show tonight on Wednesday night. Let's go.
Get it done, Higgs.
Let's go. Leaning towards Rojo Freeman for either Boyd. Hollywood because of the remaining schedule. Yeah, I don't want you to trade Rojo though, man.
I don't want to trade Rojo.
Fredley, I just hate seeing this comment. It was Hollywood Brown, so we were right originally there. But yeah, either Brown we were going
Well, I
with.
figured because you wouldn't be thinking about that with AJ Brown at this point. It's like AJ Brown's in there.
Right. Would you trade Kareem Hunt for Hollywood Brown?
No.
I wouldn't either.
Too
Because
volatile with Hollywood Brown. You have a very nice floor with Hunt.
Right. And even when Chubb comes back, you still have value with Kareem Hunt. So Heisenberg has Carson, CMC, Damian Harris, and Darrell Henderson. Yeah, you've got a pretty good core there. I mean, I know
When CMC comes back.
Yeah, you'll be fine. I like Damian Harris, man. I think he's going to take over even when Sony Michel comes back. Going to waive Ayuk because of schedule. Yeah, that's fair. Who could I trade for if I package DJ Moore and Kenyon Drake?
Bob Tanyan.
Oh man.
Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I don't know. Keenan Allen? I would love to see you get Keenan Allen.
That's rough.
Adam Thielen?
Knowing that you went 2 and 3 on those two, Jack.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say like who you should trade for when we don't know your league or you know who's
yeah, put some potential options out there. Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern will be on here.
Yeah, for sure. Should I be scared as a CMC owner? I got Mike Davis, but what do you think CMC will get less points because they split carries now?
They won't split carries.
Yeah, they're not going to. Maybe it's like 70-30 or something like that, but you know, it would be wild if you got to a scenario where you're starting both of these guys. But I think I'm pumping the brakes on that.
So your ceiling is 25 instead of 30 points. Okay,
right. Yeah, I'm not worried about it, man. But I'm glad you got Mike Davis, so you're probably still winning there. It's Fragger. Need 2 here for Dried Ocean. Diggs, Boyd, Cup, Galladay, PPR.
I'm gonna go Diggs number 1 out of that grouping, and then it's between Galladay and Cup. I'm gonna go Cup.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Diggs, and I'll actually go the Galladay side there. And I'm a Cup guy. This is tough, but you know, there's just fewer options there in Detroit. So you know, Galladay's the true number 1, and Rude Boy Bob Woods is still there in LA. So that's why I'm going to lean with that. Taste the Skittles. Need help here. Appreciate what you guys do. You're welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I have Russ on a bye, Michael Thomas out. I have Jonnu Smith and George Kittle. I'm dropping Traquan Smith for a QB, but do I drop Deebo Samuel for a waiver this week? I mean, I don't really feel comfortable dropping Deebo.
At this stage, he's got Traquan who's backing up Michael Thomas. I'd feel better dropping Deebo for a QB than Traquan Smith at this juncture. Believe it or not.
I'm okay with it. I mean, Michael Thomas is well, he's on a bye too, right? So
all right, but waiver wise, like what are the options? Fold him?
Right. We don't really know. What are we working with? Let us know. Got a couple more minutes here. Blue Crew, thanks guys. You're part of the reason I'm 4-1. Love to hear it, man. Take home the ship. Get that hardware. Should I trade Jamison Crowder for Raheem Mostert and Gesicki? I don't know if Crowder can keep up. Like, come on, smash the accept button right away.
Raj, do that thing.
Love it, Raj. The original Raj of YouTube. Love to see it. Yeah, I would definitely do this trade. 100%. Dennis going to waive Ayuk because of upcoming schedule and Deebo. I probably won't get Claypool, but might get John Brown, Mike Williams, Emmanuel Sanders. Who's your favorite of those? Man,
That's tough between Brown and Mike Williams. I think with the emergence of Herbert, I'm going to go upside Mike Williams.
I know he got hurt at the end of the game there. Do we have any update on that? I don't know if it was anything serious, but it didn't
He
look
always gets hurt, but he'll be back.
True. He'll be questionable, but he'll be back. I think I'd go John Brown there. And Emmanuel Sanders, to me, I am curious to see what happens with Michael Thomas and them coming off the bye and all that. I know he had a monster game, but I've bought into the Emmanuel Sanders fool's gold before, so I am hesitant on that. I think John Brown would be my number one there.
Fool's gold.
I also have Darius Slayton, T. Higgins, Devonta Freeman, Justin Jackson, Mike Evans, Mike Davis, and Singletary. I would probably drop T. Higgins of all those instead of Traquan or Debo. What do you think?
Yeah.
You okay with that?
Yep. All right.
Couple more here.
No, it's the same. Yep.
Dennis, surprised you're higher on Rojo than Gibson. Rojo looked horrible when Fournette was healthy. He's gonna be back soon, isn't he?
He wasn't scratched this past week.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was active for that game. I just believe in the Buccaneers offense, man, more than Washington. That's for damn sure. And I know Gibson is still respectable when in a tough matchup. He had 10 points last week or something like that. But yeah, I'm definitely higher on Rojo. I think he's going to be fine in this offense, man. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Bucs fan. CMC coming back, or should I start Mike Davis another week? Too early to tell, man. We'll see what happens on Sunday. So hit us with that. Mitchell trade talk. I traded CEH to get Michael Thomas in a full point PPR. What do you think about that, Buck?
I like it.
Yeah, CEH has just been okay. You know, he's nothing crazy there. I don't know. They'll get it together. They'll figure it out. But I guess what makes me nervous is whatever's going on with Michael Thomas outside of the injury. I mean, he screwed a lot of fantasy owners with him punching his teammate in practice or whatever. But I like the trade, man. I mean, you got Mike Thomas, the number one fantasy wide receiver historically here for CEH, and I'm assuming it's not a keeper league. But couple more questions here. Drake or Fuller this week? I'm going Fuller, man.
If it's PPR, it's Fuller for me. We saw what Diggs could do against that secondary.
Yeah, for sure. Trade Derrick Henry and DJ Moore to get Zeke, Kittle, and Julio. I would do that trade.
Yeah, I would do the trade. Get it, Mitchell. All right.
Vacuum. Appreciate you guys. That is a wrap. It's been fun. Appreciate the questions here. Lev Bell, real quick. Mitchell wants to know, where do we see him going? I don't know, man. Kansas City. We'll see what happens. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you join us live on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern time. We will be here to answer all of your questions. And if you are looking for a new DFS site, check out Monkey Knife Fight. They're the best. Play against the house rather than against the fantasy sharks. Make sure you use code FOCUSED when you make your first deposit, and you will get 100% deposit bonus. Real quick for Rock Out, he's an OG here. I want to answer this. My backs are Mixon, Drake, McKinnon, Dearness Johnson, and my wide receivers are Allen Robinson, Godwin Woods, Deontay Johnson. Should I pick up Madison or Claypool? I would pick up Madison.
Madison, yeah.
There you go. And that'll do it. Enjoy your evening. Go Rays. Let's go. Sweep the Astros. And look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday morning.
See you guys. Love you.